Welcome back to Vintage Vinyl, down in the basement here at Vintage Vinyl headquarters at CourierJournal.com. This is the show where we talk about music. I am your co-host, Jeffrey Lee Puckett, music writer for the Courier Journal. This is Tom Heiser, who makes our internet work. And this was a special week. We had to deal with one of my favorite singers who simultaneously is one of my least favorite singers.
Oh no! Not again! It hurts so good, I don't understand!
Who has ever had higher peaks and lower valleys than Rod Stewart? We're going to give him a break and start with his good stuff. We're going to do 5 great songs and 5 not so great songs.
And let's say that we're quite discerning here and said that the faces count.
The faces do count because Rod wrote just about every face song.
And you can't, in my opinion, separate the faces from Rod Stewart.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to lump it together.
Plus, the faces and Rod. All the band members were the same. It was all the same thing. So what's your number 5?
It's going to be Maggie May. I mean, it has to be. Wake up, Maggie. I think I got something to say to you. It's late September and I really should be back at school.
You know, I often complain about songs that are overplayed, and I won't pick them. And this song, there's no song more overplayed than Maggie May, and I love it every time.
Every time I hear it, it's what you have to sing to it.
Yeah.
Steal my daddy's cue, make a living out of playing pool.
I went with the Faces song for number 5, Miss Judy's Farm.
Nice.
It's just one of their great unhinged sort of post Little Richard rock and rollers.
Yes, Judy, she was moody, but she never ever got her own way.
Oh, you went really good on your number 4.
Oh, I'm going Jeff Beck group with Ain't Superstitious. Wow, do it for me, JP.
Wow, wow.
Superstitious.
Wow. This is almost gut bucket blues. Willie Dixon's song, Howling Wolf, originally recorded, but this is about as gut bucket as it's going to get for Rod Stewart.
My number 4 is Stay With Me, perhaps the greatest groupie song ever written by a rock and roll band. Another Rod Stewart, Ron Wood co-write.
Stay with me, 'cause tonight you're gonna stay with me.
And it's so good that it's number 3.
Wow.
It's number
Nice.
3. And how could it not be? Your red hair, lips, and fingernails.
I guess sure be no Jezebel. Let's go upstairs and read my tarot card.
It's such a nasty song. I mean, he's telling this girl basically, all right,
Yeah, I'm done with you.
I'm done, but
good time.
I don't mean to be degrading.
But I am.
But with a face like that, you got nothing to laugh about.
At my number 3 is one of Rod's most tender songs, Mandolin Wind. I have 5. Top 5 this week, obviously, for the good stuff. 3 of them are from Every Picture Tells a Story. This is the first one, Mandolin Wind. Tender story about a dying wife.
If the mandolin wind couldn't change a thing, then I know I love her.
I can't talk about it anymore or I'll start to tear up.
We're going with number 2 with me, The Faces, with Pool Hall Richard. Now, this was tough for me because I literally had to listen at least 25 or 30 times to Pool Hall Richard and 3-Button Hand-Me-Down.
That sounds like a horrible way to spend an afternoon.
3-Button, I know I was supposed to do some stuff, for where I had a deadline to meet some stuff, but I just couldn't.
Get out! Pool Hall Richard, you're far too wicked, Pool Hall Richard, kid, you're wicked,
But Pool Hall Richard is such an exciting and fun bluesy song and Rod's voice, as we can say with any of this stuff, absolutely defines it. So I've loved that song.
Well, I guess I put Maggie May at number 2.
Always got to. You said you always did. Have you karaoke to it?
No, Rod Stewart songs are really hard to sing.
Oh, I can do my best.
Well, that's open to interpretation.
Oh, come on. All right, it's time to hit number one because we better cherish these because we're getting ready to get into some murky cat.
Yeah.
I'm going number one, and believe me, this is hard. My mom's probably going to kill me, being probably Jefferson County's number one Rod Stewart fan. But number one, I'm going with "You Wear It Well."
You took the lesser version of Maggie May and made it your number one.
It is a lesser version, but I like its lyrics.
No, I ain't begging or losing my head. I sure do want you to know that you wear it well.
I mean, this guy's blown it. He lost the girl. Trying to get her back. I know she's thinking. I bet he's sinking. So that obviously the guy kind of hit hard times. He wants to try and make it up to her. So Madame Onassis.
I can see why you relate to that one more. Knowing your history, your personal history.
It's the lesser version of Maggie, especially that. Listening to it again, the very slow opening to it, I really kind of said, why was I a big fan of this song? But once it really kicks in, I have to say that this is number one.
All right. My number one is "Every Picture Tells a Story," the title track from Rod's greatest album.
Yes.
It just a great travelogue. It's a rock and roll travelogue about a young guy going out and being unkind to ladies, just having fun, doing all the things I never got to do. There's even a great mistake in it where there's a breakdown. There's a breakdown in the song where it kind of slows down. And somebody, I don't know if it's Rod or one of the background singers, starts to sing the next line when they're not supposed to. But I love that you just left it on the tape. Nice. It just always gave it a little bit more humanity. And Lord knows there's nothing humane about Rod's worst five.
No, but before we do that, let's see what the Magic Guest Ball tells us.
I bet, Rod is the greatest interpreter of songs probably in rock and roll. Nobody can cover a song like Rod. I'm thinking our Magic Guest Ball is going to give us someone who's going to pick a really great Rod Stewart cover.
1, 2, 3, 4!
Oh my gosh, that's Peter Searcy in a 1969 Rod Stewart wig.
I'm Losing You is my favorite Rod Stewart song. It's off his solo album, Every Picture Tells a Story. And I think it's got a lot of really cool dirty grooves in it and great piano parts, and it's just an awesome song. Way to go, Rod. Way to go.
Told ya. I knew it.
Nice choice.
He actually has sung that song live. He's good at that.
We're not going to put it on the, it's not going to be on the wall of shame.
No way. Not like these next
Not like these next 5.
10 songs, because we didn't, Rod has so many bad songs that there's no overlap.
Oh, there's no overlap. We've got 5 of the absolute worst, and I'm going to start it off with one of his, you can say one of his classics. It's always going to be on a Best of Rod Stewart, but come on, that's not on TH's list. Do You Think I'm Sexy? It's terrible. It goes against everything that I always loved in the old stuff, and no, I don't think there's anything sexy about it. No, it's not a good song.
Sugar.
No. Oh God.
I got kind of a soft spot for that song.
No. How? What do you want to replace that with Hot Legs?
We used to play that song a lot at my first ever job at Disc Records. It was a new album. It was played all the time. I guess it sort of grew on me somehow.
Did you have to put on a leopard jacket while you did
it? Yes.
Okay.
My number 5 is the title track from Rod's worst album, Body Wishes. I can't even talk about this album. It makes me feel a little upset.
Somebody's buns need squeezing. Body wishes.
Well, I don't want you to get upset.
No, I'm going to save most of my vitriol for my number 1, which is from the same album. So you can just go right to your number.
I'm going to number 4,
which is a really good song.
No, it's not. I don't think for one second that you think that my number 4. Some Guys Have All the Luck, which is as insipid, vapid as it could possibly get. And I want to sing the lyrics, give you a little taste of it, but it's so bad I can't even go there.
Some guys have all the luck.
it's him kind of being like a schlub, you know, but it's got too much of a bubblegum sound to it. It's too radical a departure.
Well, you know, when Rod went bad, mostly he went bad because he did turn insipid.
Oh, absolutely.
He failed to have anything to say. I guess he ran out of all the stories when he was a young man, young rock and roller. He had no more anecdotes to turn into cool little songs. So he just wrote crap, and he wrote it again and again. And then when he ran out of crap to write about, he started doing these standards albums, which are so dismissible that we're not even going to go there.
But at number 4 for you.
Yeah, it's one of his cover songs. He didn't write this song, but Rod has such a great history with covering Motown songs. So then he does this song called the Motown Song, and it is just the worst. This was before Grey's Anatomy, but it's like he was his bid to be on the soundtrack to Grey's Anatomy or something.
There's a soul in the city, watching over me tonight, oh yeah.
And he got the Temptations to sing on it, which somehow made it worse.
Well, number 3. This is where I'm really going to get a little steamed. I might get hot under the collar here. As far as I remember, it was Rod's first, real splash on MTV. When I was young and watching. But Young Turks is a dreadful song. It's got it all. It's got the flash dance sweatshirts. It looks like a cross between a bad flash dance mimicking and West Side Story. You know, it's the two young kids. You know, the girl gets pregnant. You know, all the troubles go along with that. And then here's burned out Rod Stewart.
Young hearts be free tonight. Time is on your side.
It's as bad as the 80s have produced. And please tell me you agree.
I like this song.
Oh, he likes to sing like Young Turks.
You're letting the video color your impressions of the song. That was the problem with MTV.
Young hearts beat free tonight. Now, how is that gonna be with Stay With Me? That's not even in the same galaxy.
You have no romance in your soul, Tom Heiser.
I'm heartless, as I've been told.
My number 3, Who's Gonna Take Me Home? The less said about this, the better. I guess it's autobiographical because it's about an old guy who can't pull chicks anymore.
Well, I'd rather hear about the days of pulling chicks. How about give me some of that? How about give me some of the cocaine binging with Ron Wood? Give me something. Don't give me that. Which brings me to my number 2, which really this could bring tears to a glass eye. I'm telling you, Jim. Have I told you lately that I love you?
Which once was a really good Van Morrison song.
Oh. It is a terrific Van Morrison song, which will show up on our list, I'm sure, when we do a Van Morrison show. This lacks. All it has going for it is Rod's voice, which is still a little, pretty limp at this point.
Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one else above you?
The Van Morrison song is a love song for a guy who's had about 8 Guinness that night, and maybe working on his 9th.
Yeah.
Have I told you that? I don't need Rod Stewart trying to somehow croon it, you know, without there's no plumbing, this or richness to it. That's why I can't stand it, because I do love the Van Morrison version so much.
I think Rod heard that somebody was going to make a compilation of greatest wedding songs. And he goes, I got just the one.
The one that'll kill TEH.
My number 2 is the title track from Camouflage. This was late 80s, maybe even early 90s. Rod had fallen out of love with guitars and was using a lot of synthesizers. Just horrible.
Camouflage! I need nothing but camouflage!
Just
anytime, and that's probably, you could say that probably about a lot of people. That once they move into the synthesizer mode,
and drum machines, all the programming, yeah. All right, what's your worst Rod Stewart song?
And this is pretty bad. I mean, to reach the top of This Old Heart of Mine. At that point, Rod's just saying, I give up. I just need to put something on the radio. This song, hard and mine.
I love you. This so hard. Sweet for you. And I love you. I love you. This so hard.
It's as horrid as you could imagine. And that song, you know, hopefully my mom is not watching this today, but yes, that's the kind of song that she would sit around, you know, while she's at home and listen and say, oh, I still love Rod Stewart. But man,
Well,
I'm telling you.
My number one makes This Old Heart of Mine sound like genius.
Let's hear it, JLP.
Ghetto Blaster. Ghetto Blaster is just as awful as you might imagine from the title. It's Rod trying to cash in a little bit on the growing hip-hop scene in America.
Rod Stewart and Ghetto together just don't cut.
No, never.
I'm not preaching, I'm just singing, trying to get a message through. I'm not crazy, I think maybe the answer's with me and you.
It's not a hip-hop song. It's just referencing the culture. It's using drum programming, what I guess Rod thought were beats. It is absolutely horrible. No one has fallen further than Rod Stewart.
No.
So we had to acknowledge that. If you would like to acknowledge that, you can hit us up on our Vintage Vinyl Facebook page, which has got some happening commentators every week.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could hit us up at Twitter, which is @CJVinyl.
I will say one thing. Aside from Robert Plant, who is probably the quintessential hair of rock and roll, Rod Stewart might be up there.
Yes,
great
he does.
hair of rock and roll.
Top 3 hair.
Yeah.
Jeffrey,
There's Mom. What's going on, Mother?
the answer is yes.
The answer is just, what's the question?
I think he's sexy.
She's been listening to the bad songs. Mr. P, please listen to the good songs, not the
Wait a
bad
minute. Do you
ones.
mean Rod Stewart sexy or Heiser?
No, it's got to be Rod Stewart.
I hope it's Rod
gotta be
Stewart. All right. I'm going to leave you down here, and I'm getting out. Thanks for joining us here at Vintage Vinyl. Come back, join us in the basement next week.